Hello, welcome to another episode of Indie Pokemon Decks. It's been 4 years since our last video. Okay, yeah, all right. I took a little time off. Took a little time off from the game. Had some life stuff going on, but I got back into the game a little while ago, a few months back, and started crawling my way back in and learning the ropes again. The reason why I'm making this video is because I like this deck, and it's fun to play, and I want to share it with everybody. So I guess I'll talk more about what my plans are, but for right now I just want to get into this deck and talk about the game. So this was one of the first decks I built when I got back in, and it's surprisingly good. I don't know why. I really don't. But here's the big attacker here, the Hisuian Arcanine. For no energy, you can make 160 damage, as long as you have no cards in your hand. And I figured that's a challenge that I can take on, alright? So the funny thing is, this deck doesn't need any energy. It does. It actually has 5 energy. We'll talk about that a little bit. But this is actually a really fun deck to play, and it does pretty well. I think I've won like 2/3 of my games. Again, against what competition, that's that can be debated, but it's fun to play if nothing else. It's just a different style of playing, and it, I think, one of the reasons why I'm doing this channel is because I make these decks, and it's fun for me, but also I want to reach other people that do independent decks, that don't really do net decking and don't really want to play the latest and greatest all the time. There's a lot of ways to have fun with Pokemon. You could play those tier 1, tier 2 decks and tweak them or whatever, and that's fun, but I think there's more room for other players as well. And I think what's a tier 1 and tier 2 deck can be debated, right? If you only look at what people win with, right, then you're not really looking at everything. I don't really want to get into the argument of what can be good or not, but I mean, I'm not going to go out there and say you're going to win a tournament with this deck, but you could win an online tournament with this deck for sure. It's a fun deck to play in any case. Doing these kind of decks let you think about what is possible, right? So if the condition is you need to have no cards in your hand, can you do that? And can you make a sustained deck and attack and drawing mechanism with that? And the answer is yes. Hopefully. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna take a stab at this. I mean, I've played this deck many times, and usually it's pretty good. It's pretty consistent. You can get the attackers out and stay with no cards in your hand for a long time. So again, that's the crux of the deck. Have no cards in your hand, do 160 damage. And the cool thing about a deck like this, with essentially no energy, I know there's 5 energy here, but essentially no energy, is that you don't have to power up Pokemon, right? That seems to be one of the hugest things, burdens to overcome, right? You can only put 1 energy down per turn. So, you're always thinking about 2 things. One, getting the Pokemon you need out there and active, and then setting up the conditions for those Pokemon. And it's almost always like, hey, how do I attach 3 energy to that Pokemon so he could do his thing? And, whatever the conditions are. But for this, you don't need that. You just need to have no cards in your hand and be able to deal around that, and you can. So, when I was making a no energy deck, I like this guy. I like the Hisuian Overqwil. And it's just a quick, easy attacker, right? You can put 5 damage counters, so you're doing 5 damage per turn. Basically, second turn, right off the bat, you can start putting pressure on your opponent and maybe stall a little bit before you, if you think about it, 5 and, 160, that's 210. That's enough to kill it. And, your opponent may have to scramble using up resources to swap out Pokemon or whatever upgrade to get rid of the poison, because it stays on there. So between these two, I find the deck works pretty well. I have, of course, Radiant Venusaur. Hey, if you're going to have a deck with no cards in your hand, then you want something that will give you the ability to draw 4. And Venusaur does that. I just added this in. I haven't even played a game with it, but I've been really liking this card, Oranguru, and I found some cool combos with it. I'm not using any of those in this deck, but you know, one of the problems that you have with this deck is you can't attack, right? If you have any cards in your hand that you can't get rid of, let's just say somehow you ended up with 2 supporter cards or something like that, or 2, you know, an ordinary rod, and there's nothing in your, you know, whatever it is, whatever the condition is, you see everything else is basically item cards. If you have that condition, and it does happen, you know, you're attacking for 10, that kind of stinks. But I think the Oranguru helps out there because now you could swap one out for another, right? Oh yeah, Ultra Ball. That's one of the bad ones. This is a, you know, a helper. So let's talk about let's talk about the deck construction altogether. You have a bunch of item cards and a few supporter cards. And item cards you should pretty much be able to play all the time. There's a few exceptions, right? Quick Ball, you need another card. Ultra Ball. You know, these cards are both gift and curses. If you have no cards in your hand and you draw one of these, well, you can't get rid of it and you can't use this attack. So you have to be a little bit mindful when using this. And, you know, sometimes you don't always want to use Radiant Venusaur, but if you don't know what that next top card is, and it's an Ultra Ball, you're kind of screwed. So you have to kind of judge, hey, is he getting knocked out next turn? Okay, that's fine. Then you can risk it and get the Ultra Ball. And if you have an Overqwill on your bench, you know you can do that. Or if your Overqwill's there or whatever, you have to worry. But you have to think about that. So everything's pretty obvious. Anything that, you know, will look at a card and put it on top of your deck, that helps. So the Rotom Phone and the uniform helps. Obviously, balls to get your Pokemon out. And instead of, you can't have Lysander because what if you get 2 in your hand, right? So we use Pokemon Catcher. Simple, easy. You know, it works half the time. So, you know, again, we're really not looking to punish. You know, we're just looking to get fast attack. Get attacks out there, get them fast, and not have to worry about putting energy on and not having any issues with that. Trekking shoes are helpful, help getting cards in your hand that you want or cards in your hand that you don't want in your in your discard. Temple of Sinnoh. This is good because, hey, you're not using any special energy, so why not punish anyone's special energy? Grant, this is a nice card that if you do have 2 cards in your hand that you can't get rid of and Grant's in your discard, you can discard those 2 cards to get Grant in, and you know, you're adding 30 more damage, so now you're up to 190. 190 and Choice Belt. Well, there you go. Now we're in Oko, 1-hit knockout for, you know, some Vs out there. Peonia, so if you have some prize cards you need to, you know, put in. This is good. Peonia and Ordinary Rod is good if you have like 2 of these in your hand in Peonia. You toss the rods back in your prizes because you don't need them till later anyway. Peony is good because you can search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards. And then you discard your hand. And then you can pick your trainer cards, and trainer cards obviously could be any of these. So you could pick a Quick Ball and something else you know you're not going to use. Finally, yeah, I have some tools here. Not a huge thing. I don't think I need to go over this all that much. I do like the Big Charm. You know, you could talk me out of Big Charm and maybe put a few choice belts. These are totally, do what you want with these. You could change this to something else. And I have 5 green energy. Why? In case I need to attack with this guy. It's kind of nice. You get a green energy in your hand, you put it on him. As long as you don't get 3 or 4 of these in one turn, you slowly power up this guy so that he can attack. And I guess now Oranguru as well. You could use them. Do I have any switches? Don't have any switches. So if someone's playing a stall deck, I've got to get 2 energy on him. I'm in a little bit of trouble. But other than that, hey, this is fun. Let's go and play a game and see how this goes. It doesn't really matter if I go first or not. I'm usually attacking by turn 2 anyway, so... Ooh. Alright. Let's see what I'm playing against. It's a little slow for me, but I am recording this, so maybe that's why. I don't know how the recording is going. We got a mulligan. Not the ideal setup, but we can work with this. I'm thinking to chuck the trekking shoes, or even the Overqwill. And, interesting. I don't know what deck this is. Oh, no. Now I know exactly what deck this is. Alright. Well, I'm gonna probably take a loss here, but we'll have some fun while doing it. We'll see. I mean, a lot of things are weak to fighting. So maybe if we get good old Lou up. Oh no, he's got resistance to fighting. Oh boy. Alright, so we might as well quick ball. Well, we should have played the trekking shoes first, but you know, I could. Oh, Oranguru is. So the other thing you want, as much as I want this Radiant Venusaur, I want the Qwilfish on the bench, and I'll tell you why. If you get these stage ones, one of the things you have to do with this deck is make sure the stage ones. If you get a stage one in your hand, you have a Pokemon to put it onto. Although then I have the balloon, so really. So do I just wait till next turn? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait till next turn. I'll put that in my hand. I'm gonna dump these both down, and next turn, let's hope this does something. Yes, all right. That's kind of fun. It's a nice little added bonus. Again, no energy, so he can't be hit yet. And next turn, I should be able to get all these down. Put 2 item cards in my hand. I'm going to lose the air balloon. There's not much to do with it. I could put it on the Qwilfish. Let's see. 2, yeah, I'll put it on the Qwilfish. Kind of sucks to lose it. I don't care much about Collapse Mine. Alright. I'm not familiar with this build of Lou. But if, oh, that's nice though, right? Because you know what our stadiums are. So if he's got a lot of special energy, what this deck generally does, these cards are going to be worthless. And I did put 3 of them in my deck, so unless he's got 4 of these. Oh, but the Luigi can. Oops, we're going to get a lot of those. Sorry, I'm playing on a new system here. All right, here we go. We're going to knock. That was unexpected. All right. Why not? Let's go for a second game. You know, that one ended too quick, and you even get to see some of the fun stuff. And I know I'm trying to keep these short. Might as well go first because I gotta evolve. Give me. I guess before I said it doesn't matter if I go first or not, but I guess it does. And there's my temple. That would have helped in the last game. Let's see what he's playing. I did not expect that, but maybe my Pokemon, my opponent didn't like the his setup. Just want to go back. Sometimes I do that, right? I'll play a game and then go, nah, I don't like the way this deck is looking, and just concede and, you know, start again. So let's see. All right, not bad, not bad. And the funny thing is, Grant could stay in my hand, or I can send Grant to her early demise and call her out later, which I will because I have the Peony. So let's get. Well, I have an energy, so we're definitely going with we're gonna go with the Venusaur because I want to get the energy on him. I think I'm gonna actually put another Growlithe just in case. Oh, look! How funny is that? Well, we gotta do this. You have a good deck, and we'll send a heart over. What to do? Should I put the Big Charm on him? I might as well. He's not gonna get it knocked out first turn, and I'm gonna draw. Oh, I could put Grant back in my hand. Oh, but I have to discard 2 cards. All right, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna hold on. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna draw cards, so I have 4 in my hand. Right, because I could use. So the good thing is when you have Peony in your hand, you can draw. You can use that feature and draw extra cards. But you have to be really careful. That's so funny. I'm guessing this is gonna be a poison deck here. Should be interesting. Unfortunately, my opponent, they're weak to fighting. Yeah, cool. Poison deck. Ooh, look at that. I don't like to see that all that much. Well, that was nice. But we're going to knock him out now. Oh, look at that. Now, do I get... I think I want... I mean, I could quick ball the Peony. Well, I'm going to search for 2 trainer cards. So then the Expedition uniform doesn't make sense unless I use Oranguru. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. Yep. And then I'll call 2 trainer cards in my hand that I'm going to get rid of. Maybe one will be a heavy ball, so we'll get... I should have looked through my deck a little bit. But actually, I can even call 2. This is funny. Oh, but I can't with Oranguru. I don't want that. I can do like this. Oops, I definitely do not want that. I can do these 2 there. And I don't have to do anything with Oranguru. What I want is I want another Growlithe. So again, here's how we have to work this. You definitely need one of each of these on the bench, because if you end up with a stage 1 in your hand, you're going to be in trouble. Yeah, I'll take it. This is fine. My opponent already played a stadium, so don't have to worry too much about them. I could actually... No, I don't want to swap it, because I don't know what I'm going to get in my hand. And now here we go. I have no cards in my hand. 20 with weakness, and this... Probably my opponent's going to concede, because I think everything he has is weak to. Do I want to draw? I'm going to say yes, because with Oranguru, I can put something back. Yeah, this is good. Look at that. I could put the other energy on, 2 big charms, trekking shoe, and I can... I'm going to use a trekking shoe first. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that card with this deck. I do not like that card. Let's see what we got. Okay, as long as we have Peony. And I can even Oranguru the Rod back. But then, yeah, then I'm going to search. Yeah, this is pretty good, actually. I can use the Incense, and I just do one of the Growlithe. I can chuck this quick ball. I don't need it unless I get knocked out. Then I can put another Qwilfish in. Yeah, this looks like a kind of slow, torturous deck. Yes, thank you. I know how poison works. Oh, look at this. I don't even want to play any of this. So, what do I do? Do I evolve? Do I dare evolve one of these other ones? I'm curious. Let's put the Rod back. And then we'll use one of these 2. Well, I can't use the Quick Ball. Alright, I can use the Temple. Not that I'm gonna... I think I just chuck these 2. Unless I get another Arcanine. This is tough. Well, I've got another fighter here. I don't need anything else. Even if I play Peony, what am I going to do with him? And I already used Oranguru, so I need to put something... You know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm just going to put... Look, this is what I'm going to put in my hand. One, 2. There we go. And we're just gonna put these on Pokemon. I will draw 4 because he's gonna get knocked out, and I don't trust Oranguru. So I think I'm pretty good here. I mean, my opponent doesn't have anything to worry about. He's poisoned, but he'll be dead. And I'm feeling pretty good here. With that 1 energy, I'm definitely gonna draw 4. I could Oranguru the other one. He's dead, that's fine. There you go. Alright, so I think you get an idea of how this deck works. I'm not going to record anything else over it. I mean, you know, you can see it does a lot of damage. Alright, you can be quiet there. Thank you. Does a lot of damage early. And it's kind of fun to play. You can see how quick it is to get that damage up and how challenging it is. So I hope you try it out. And I hope you, if you enjoy this, there should be more to come, so like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.